Hello, my name is Jason, and welcome back to I Have a Story. This is an update as far as my last court date. I made the video and posted it about court bias needs to stop. I should not be treated with bias because I'm a man, and no man should be treated with a bias because the man sitting in the seat to make those judgment calls didn't have a relationship with his dad, so he thinks it's okay for every dad not to have a relationship. He just stated that in court. I can't even believe it's on record that he stated that. I was lucky to talk to my dad once a year. You should be happy with what you get. That's wrong. That is completely wrong, and shows why that man should not be in that seat. And for over 20 years, he has sat in that seat and ruined how many relationships between fathers and their children because he didn't have one with his. That's wrong. That is completely wrong. He does not deserve to be in that seat one bit, ruining people's lives. I can't even believe he came right out and said it. I was lucky to talk to my dad once a year. Well, that's you and your dad, not me and my children. So what happens now that I filed for parenting time complaints because she's refusing to let me talk to my children. We went into court. That's the whole reason we were there. The entire reason we were there because I filed parenting time complaints. The referee said, I don't want to hear it. We're not even going to address that. What do you mean we're not going to address it? That's the law. You have to. No, we're not even. And then her attorney even stood up and said, sir, when are we going to address this? The referee said, probably never, because I'm a man. And he didn't have a relationship with his dad, so I'm not supposed to have one with my kids. That's wrong. These judges and referees and court officials need to go through psych evaluations because, I mean, you cannot put somebody in a seat who makes judgment calls over that control people's lives, and especially children's lives. You cannot put a man who's got obviously a mental problem with his relationship with his dad as a child and make judgment calls on mine. That's wrong. So what happened now that he supported her doing that? I haven't talked to my kids in 2 months. She even answers the phone. They're busy. Can't talk to you. What the hell is this? I want to know, what the hell is this? Again, a court system supports mentally ill, abusive. My children are still being abused. And he don't care. It's a woman doing it, so who cares, right? That's okay. I've had enough of this. It's been 2 months at least since I've talked to my kids. They did answer the phone last week. Literally, the phone call lasted 15 seconds. They were, Daddy, how are you? Woo-hoo. Click, phone gone. I call, not a single answer. 10 seconds. I recorded it. I mean, I hope in my other videos, when I say I've got the documentation to prove it, I have it. I can't keep spending hours and hours on air and then in my own personal life, go digging through so much and just get the story out there because I've had enough. So I want to know, why is a man who is obviously mentally distraught over his childhood affecting mine and every other man who walks into that court system? I know of 2 men right here on my block that he did that to, and it completely destroyed those children's lives. Destroyed them. One man, my best friend who got murdered a couple months ago, Ralph. Oh my God, I already told you the story about when I went over to his mom or his ex-wife's house where his daughter lives over his death. The only time I've ever met this woman and what she did right in front of their daughter. Now I understand what he was saying. Completely defiled that man right in front of his daughter and lied, because I know she's lying. I've already talked about it in my other videos, and I will be talking about it more in the future. I already talked about my other neighbor down the road on the other end. Court system took the daughter away from, or his son away from him, put a mom, she lives down 2 states away. The kid dropped out of high school, 450 pounds, never had a job in his life in his 30s, and lives at his mom's and lives off of her and has no life. She dies. What is he going to do? When that kid lived with his dad, that kid was in shape, healthy, he was fit, he went to school, he got good grades, but we let a mentally ill mom run off with him and destroy his life. And now what kind of society is that going to lead in the future? This is wrong. So now it's been over 2 months since I've got to talk to my kids because courts think that's okay. That's illegal. It's not okay. It's illegal. Or am I just supposed to go, laws don't exist anymore, go do whatever you want, ruin other people's lives right back, and then put all the children in the middle of that mix, right? And let them see the whirlwind of just distraught that brings. No, none of it's right. That's why we have laws. That's why we have courts. That's why we have a system to stop this. But they support it if it's at the hands of a woman. Because we have a system that is obviously, biased, and as the referee just said, his childhood is what's making his decisions on every other man's relationship with their children. That's 100% wrong. I don't even know what to do. This is insanity, absolute insanity, and I'm losing my mind. How do we stop this? I mean, the answer is simple. We come together as people and get these people out of there. We stand up and stand strong together. But how do we do that? It's not their life, so people don't want nothing to do with it anymore. So what do I do? Oh, I'm making videos and hoping, trying to get help. I can't live like this. I can't watch my kids live like this and go through this. My oldest son, same exact thing. And his life is in complete shambles because of it. I will be doing another whole video just on that case. But this is wrong. I should not have my children withheld, alienated, abused, and against court orders told I'm the bad person. When I was the one who loved those kids, I'm the one who raised those kids. You ask anybody. Go to our church. They'll even tell you about her and her outbursts and her problems, because she's even talked to them about it, and they've watched it happen right there in church firsthand. But nobody wants to care. It's so much easier to just say, man bad, woman good, get the hell out. And we wonder what's wrong with the world and why it's going to hell and why so many kids are confused and messed up, doing drugs and killing each other, killing themselves. It's insanity. And I've had enough of it. I should not have my life judged by a judge who obviously had problems in his life, and he's using that mentality to make his decisions on me. That one sentence he said it all. He was lucky to talk to his dad once a year. I should be grateful for what I get. That's wrong. Against the law, illegal. But yet this is what was persisted. And obviously with that, underneath that man, for over 20 years, that's what's persisted. And while my children get to suffer from it, I get to suffer from it, and she gets to parade around town, right? Is that really what this is supposed to be about? I'm losing my mind and I don't know what to do.